It's been 24 months since I placed my order for my two brand new Tesla semis. I wanted to give you an update on them. I am extremely happy. Some of you might remember that back in 2022, I did a video on me placing an order of two Tesla semis and the updates that I got and the emails that went back and forth. But I wanted to just share with you guys out there with what's happening with these Tesla semis and what kind of updates I've received. 24 months, I have not heard from Tesla. Why? I gave them $12,000 and then I still owed them $23,000 per unit in order for them to place my order. So I actually spent 23 plus 6, which is $29,000 I had to give them per truck in order to place an order. Now, at first I was hesitant about sending the $23,000 per unit as a wire transfer, but I said, why not? I really like these trucks. So to date, I've given them $58,000 for two Tesla semis. It's been over 2 years. Not a single email, not a single update in the last 2 years, and it's been over 2 years since I placed the order. So I said, why not just send them another email to see what's going on? So in this video, I'm gonna talk about why I purchased these two Tesla semis and give you some updates that I've received. So why in the world did I purchase these two Tesla semis? Well, number one, they look really cool and completely different than any of the semis that we see in the market right now. A lot of you guys might know that I am a freak when it comes to fuel consumption, idling time, and saving money on fuel. What better way to save money on fuel than to buy an all-electric truck? Yes, I know what everybody's probably thinking about the range. Ronen, the range sucks. How can you drive a truck that is posted with 300-mile range? They have two options, one of them with a 300-mile range and the other one with a 500-mile range. Well, that's not enough. Now, did you guys know that the second biggest expense for any fleet owner out there is the cost of fuel? Let me just break down to you exactly how much we pay for fuel. So any one of our tractors that drive long haul with a single driver in there, approximately high level, spends between $700 to $7,500 per month on fuel. Now, if you take $7,500 per month on fuel and you multiply that by approximately 100 trucks, because that's the amount of trucks that we have, we're spending about $750,000. That can't be right. So we're spending about $7,500 per month on fuel, which means that we're spending about $750,000 per month on fuel for our entire fleet. Multiply that by 12 months. That's our actual bill, approximately plus minus, for the entire fleet a year. That's $9 million that we spend on fuel on a fleet of 100. I mean, what's to say about fleets of 200, 300, 400, 500? You get the picture. Now, a local driver, so anybody driving one of our day cabs, the formula is about half of that, which is about $3,500 per month on fuel. So I'm getting to why the real reason why I ordered these Tesla semis. So I went into my analytics, and you guys all know that I love analytics. I saw that my day cabs, which are my local drivers, that are driving between 300 to 350 kilometers per day. That's equivalent to 190 to 225 miles per day. So I know a lot of you guys think, oh, anxiety with range anxiety. But they are publishing that these things drive 300 miles on a single charge. Well, that's more than enough for me. I mean, yes, obviously those are adverse. Those are amazing conditions, and if you have beautiful weather. But here in Canada, I really think that I can get my 225 miles per day out of a single charge, which means that any one of my day cabs would be able to drive a Tesla semi, leave in the morning, come back in the evening, and then get a full charge for the next day. Now, we don't double shift our day cabs, which means they really work only 10 or 11 hours a day, and that's when they're done. Now, today, a brand new day cab costs approximately $140,000. Brand new Tesla semi costs $150,000. But based on my calculations over the course of the next 5 years, I'm gonna spend approximately $200,000 to $225,000 on fuel. Is that math correct? Let's double check. So if I spend $3,500 a month on fuel on a day cab, multiply that by 12 months, it's $42,000 per year, and multiply that by over the next 5 years, I'm spending $210,000 per day cab over the course of the 5 years. So I decided, why not get a Tesla semi? I mean, I can't wait to get my hands on them. I actually bought them because of the mathematical equation that I will definitely save a lot of money on fuel. At the end of the day, I am a fleet owner and I calculate dollars in and dollars out. And I want to have as much money as I can in my pocket versus spending gazillions of dollars on fuel. Now, some of you might remember that we are actually in the middle of building our terminal in Moncton, New Brunswick. We've actually laid down the foundation, and I will be there in New Brunswick where I'm going to show you some drone images and the update of our terminal. But in that terminal, as we are building it, one of the things that I definitely did was put the charging stations in. It's a part of our plans. So I must say I am a little disappointed in Tesla because of two reasons. Number one, I forwarded you about $58,000. The least we could do is give a customer an update at least once a year, at least every 6 months. Just give us an update with what in the world is happening with our reservation. Now, at first we thought, in Q3 of 2022 in an investor conference, Elon Musk said that the tentative timeline for these were going to be 2024 and that they were going to produce approximately 50,000 units. So back in 2022, I thought for sure I was getting my Tesla Semi in 2024. Well, now we're approaching the end of 2024 and I'm nowhere near to receive my Tesla Semis. That is extremely disappointing. Number two, because I didn't get an update for the last 2 years, but I actually did send an email and I'm going to share what I received back from Tesla. All right, so here's the email that I received back from Tesla support when asking about my update. So, hello, thank you for reaching out to us. We recently began developing our first semis in North America. We have also started construction on our new factory in Nevada to support our high volume phase of production. However, we are in the early phase of ramping production and still focus on deliveries to our earliest customers. We will certainly let you know as soon as we have a delivery estimate available for your reservation. Thank you in advance for your patience and support from Tesla's mission. So, thank you very much. I have to say though, once I sent the email, I literally took them 24 or 36 hours to get back to me with this update. So for that, I'm extremely grateful for. Now, some things that I had to pick up online or through the videos or through the investor conferences, and I can kind of understand timelines, okay? We have started construction on the factory in Reno. Our first vehicles are planned for late 2025 with the external customer starting in 2026. So that kind of gave me an indication of what's happening and when I'm going to see my Tesla Semis. So I know for a fact that I will not receive them before 2026. Well, bummer for me now. I have to wait an additional 2 years. So based on the images that Tesla shared, it is believed to be that they're actually building a separate facility for the Tesla Semis. And that's probably why it's taking so long for these Tesla Semis to come out. Now, I do know, and I do see images, and I do see their beta test with Pepsi or PepsiCo, I think out in California. We are reading up on them and we're seeing that they're extremely satisfied with the product, but they're still in the beta testing before they mass produce them. What I do know is that there is a chart, and I want you guys to see this chart because it's extremely important. So there's two different options on the website that you can buy a Tesla Semi. One of them with a 300-mile range, the other one with a 500-mile range. But when comparing it to the Freightliner E-Cascadia, now I went to see this E-Cascadia with my own eyes, okay? This E-Cascadia has 220-mile range in best case scenario with really good weather. Freightliner E-Cascadia is probably not getting more than about 180 or 170 miles. That is not enough for a day cab driver to drive the entire day. The Volvo VNR, it says to have up to 275-mile range, up to, which usually means it's a lot lower than that. And then the Nikola Tree Bev has 330-mile range. So by far you can see that the Tesla Semi is by far has the biggest range out there. Now, 500 miles is more than enough. 400 miles, I would say, is more than enough. 300 miles, I am okay with 300-mile range. If I am ordering them, I did order the ones with the 500-mile range because I really think that the extra $10,000 is definitely worth. So one more extremely important part that you need to know or be made aware of is that for those of you like me that live in the cold and are wondering, can these trucks withstand this cold weather? Tesla actually tested these trucks, the semi-trucks, and they made a trip to Alaska last winter to see how it would handle in the extreme cold weather conditions, running it at a public road and at minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit. And it came back positive and they tested it and the tests were great. So I have nothing to worry about living here in Canada because that was definitely on my mind on how these trucks are going to handle these cold conditions. Obviously, it's not minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit here in the GTA, but knowing that that truck was tested in Alaska definitely makes me feel better. I guess we can all understand that Tesla is really taking their time before mass producing these trucks, which is kind of a good thing, because when you get the product, I guess, they tested all their bugs, and they've done their due diligence, and they're really testing these trucks out. And I am really looking forward to receive my Tesla Semi. Now, I know you guys out there have a lot to say about this topic, so please leave the comments down below, because I really want to hear what you guys have to say. I mean, can this change our entire industry? It will definitely for sure impact the carbon footprint, because if I start getting rid of a lot of my diesel trucks, especially my local diesel trucks, it could definitely benefit the environment. So what do you guys think? I'm Ronen, and I'll catch you in my next video.